Alrighty, I took a video yesterday, but for some reason the microphone wasn't working, so here is a overall update video. As you can see on the left, my stockpile of wood has decreased to just a few members. I have some extra beams here. I wonder if I can return those. And yeah, so most of the framing is done. Right now the light is beautiful coming in behind me, this morning light. This here is the garage. That's all framed out. Here I made some adjustments to the framing. Each stud is directly under the roof rafter with the exception of the middle here. This is where, per the nice advice of my friend Carlos with Bello Designs, he recommended insetting the vanity cabinet, or the medicine cabinet into the wall a bit. So this opening will allow for that to be set into the wall. I still need to block the bottom where that'll go. And like I showed on some of the videos, I'm working now on this wall to roof transition. And then to give you an idea here of the total width of this, this black mark is the center line of the build. And I have set this up so that I and you can visualize it together. On the outside of this framing, we have our sheathing, which is a 12 millimeter plywood. I then have 30 millimeters of rigid, either cork or wood fiber insulation. I believe it will be cork. Then a 25 millimeter furring strip, or as they call here, battens. And then 20 millimeters of rigid facade cork, which will be cool. That cork will wrap the entire building. So yeah, at the end, my total width will be 2,520 millimeters, which is 2.52 meters. And per road rules in Portugal and in Europe, the max that you can drive with a regular license and without any special permissions is 2.55. So we will be right under that. And that gives me a little room to potentially, on the windows, protrude my window box out to give, so it's not a completely flush facade. The reason why I'm coming out so far, and the reason why this build is different than most, and in line with my goals of creating a very good quality build, sustainable, etc., is that this steel is a huge thermal bridge. And I want to make sure that this is insulated, and also for the aesthetics of the build, that the finished material comes here, so you never see this chassis. This is a platform. It separates from the trailer. So that's the idea. The wood batten, as you can see, comes to here, but they will actually end at the plywood here, and then I'll have essentially two layers of cork, one glued onto here, and then this last portion of the cork will come down and overhang down and then be glued to that. So you'll have a nice continuous thermal break with rigid insulation. And that is why we're going wide. Most builds would actually end here, and you would see this, or maybe it would be covered with a skirt, but in this case, this is what makes this build, one of the things that makes this build of a different quality, different caliber. So there you go.